And Judith Pollock chairs the Board of Trustees of the Hunger Project UK. It's a charitable foundation which focuses on applying enterprise-based solutions to global development challenges and is joining us from London. Welcome to our broadcast, Judith.
Thank you so much, Susan.
The vast majority of the world's hungry live in these developing countries, as we've been talking about. But are we seeing the population increase in these countries, Judith, along with the percentage of malnourished people?
Actually, Susan, today as World Hunger Day, we are able to celebrate the fact that over the last 25 years, although the global population has increased by 2 billion, we've actually managed to decrease the number of people in chronic persistent hunger by 216 million. But as your introduction mentioned, we're still a long way from solving the problem. There are still nearly 800 million people in the world who are chronically hungry every day. And the very large majority of those are these small-scale subsistence farmers who live in rural areas in developing economies.
Well, what can we do to help them in these rural areas?
So at the Hunger Project, we've developed an approach which we found incredibly effective, and it has several key elements, but the main one is that it's led from the communities themselves, that we act on the ground, but with leadership in communities, and we bring clusters of communities together to develop a leadership structure where they can set their own targets, their own pathway, and with the help of different tools, bring themselves to a point where they're sustainably out of hunger and poverty. So they have other income sources, they have access to better agricultural techniques, there's better education in the villages for people to understand nutrition and health, and small savings schemes and small businesses are set up. And on World Hunger Day today, we're really excited to be celebrating as one of our achievements the fact that 3 of our epicenters in Ghana, who in total support 43,000 people in over 47 villages, have announced themselves to be out of hunger and poverty and to have achieved their self-reliance goals. So these are 3 excellent examples of how that integrated, holistic approach, led from a community level, can really lead to a sustainable end to some of the hunger problems that these communities face.
Well, that is just wonderful news, Judith. We know that in America and worldwide, we waste a lot of food. The UN is saying that 3 trillion pounds of food a year is wasted. Are you familiar with any programs that aim to use this excess to feed those?
So yeah, we are familiar with some of these programs. What I would say is they can be incredibly helpful in short-term intervals because these overproductions and gluts and deficits tend to be short-term in nature. The challenge comes when you're trying to achieve a long-term sustainable solution. So whilst those efforts are very welcome and very needed, I think what we're really advocating for is governments and NGOs and organisations to get on board with this community-led approach to really find sustainable long-term ways for communities to support themselves.
Well, Judith Pollock with the Hunger Project UK, we appreciate your time on this very important day. Thank you.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.